Yeah, hi there. This is Sophia Demora, and I'm currently going to be going over my assignment 2-2, which is the Build Your Language Understanding part of your chat box, excuse me, project milestone 1. So basically, this is where we're going to combine all the stuff that we learned throughout the whole semester or what we've gotten up to so far and implement our own chatbot. So for mine, my chatbot is basically about like mental health and like school organization. Because as college students, it's kind of hard to balance all the stuff that we do. And sometimes we just need a little bit of reassurance or someone or something in this case to direct us in the right path. And I thought it would just be beneficial for us to just have a little something small like this, just to, again, give us reassurance, the right push in the right direction. So just going over just to make sure I hit everything. Um, so the way I implemented this desire to like help students was by first changing my domains. So basically the domains now are going to be other, just in case if they don't fit into these categories. Work-based, so like with school-based work, so like any assignments, tests, studying wise, that would fall into that category. And then more mental is like the reassurance, the motivational need, and in some instances, just like improvements wise, like mentally. So then moving on, like the dictionary strings, that's where these come into play. So when like writing the input, these are some just keywords that will filter in into those domains. So like for the work-based domains, words like management, organization, priorities, in regards to like assignments, that's what would fall under work domains. And then regarding the mental domain, improvement, motivational, and reassurance. So like I'm just gonna go over an example. So say if I'm gonna be like at home, I need reassurance because I am anxious. So then see how the word reassurance directly correlates with the domain as mental. So now this is a good segue to show the intents. So the intents I've chosen for the mental domain. For mental, just reassurance and motivate. I feel like those are the two key factors with like the whole student mental health, especially
The
regarding
implementation of it.
schoolwork. It takes a
I know
string
personally
as
for me,
input
I need some
and
reassurance and
returns
motivation
when it comes to
hashes and keys
doing
to be
finishing
used
work
and
and
to be
like the end
slotted and
all product.
filtered.
I just need some
And
reassurance to make sure
then
like
moving on, this now response
what I did was correct in a sense. And then
is pretty much
I'll show
adding
you
the slots
in
equals a
regards
string,
to work.
which is
So
the
like at
result of the slot
college, I need
filtering.
help with
It's adding that to
organization.
the actual lines of codes you see in the output. So
So
it's
then,
not only for
in that
debugging
sense,
issues, but it's also for
organization and
debugging
like the word
purposes. It's
management
also just to show
correlates
that the
with the
code
work
actually
domain.
works.
And then
And
if
like
we go to the intent
the
classifier,
expected
I
output.
chose
So then
the
now moving on from this, I'm going to show
classifiers
you the
to
slot
be
filler.
So what was asked of us in task 1
Schedule
was
reminder
not
and
only
manage,
to, which again, I feel like that correlates well
create,
with the whole
build a slot filler, but to also
domain as most issues I feel like were
create one
scheduling classes,
specifically,
scheduling your
the city names and
time,
the time of day.
reminders
So
of what you have
here,
to do, or
these codes right
like
here within
manage
the
the
public
time that you have.
hashable
So
method.
then,
So I'm going to go over
again,
the first
going
one,
back to the whole domain,
the city list. It's
these
basically
words, manage, organization,
creating
priority,
a string
those
list of
all
possible
correlate
cities.
with
And then it's going to run through a for
work.
loop to see how
So I just realized I
if
did
any of
spell
these city
college wrong.
names are
So
within
moving
the
on from
input
this,
line
the
of text, and if
slot
they are, the
fillers
result is
was
pretty much
also what we had
putting
to change.
the name of the
So
city,
what we
so
had
Big
to
State
do the
College, LA, New
domains.
York,
So I
Tokyo,
changed to work and mental, and I had to
into
change the intent
that
classifiers,
holding
which
variable to then
for
be placed
work
in the
was
output text. And
schedule,
the same thing goes for the
manage,
time
and
day list. So basically,
reminder.
it's
And
starting
then
off
for
with the string
mental,
list.
I changed to
Get 2
reassure
a.m.,
and motivate.
19:30,
Now for slot,
afternoon. It's all different types of times.
I changed the
And then
slots
again, it's
to
running
types of
through
stressors that students may have,
this new string
and then
called
also
now time of
improvements
day
that they
is
see
running
that they
through
can
that
improve
list
on.
and then
So
comparing it to
also
see if the now input
what this
text,
showed
so the
a
input text
bit
I put in,
was the at
if
home
there's
and at college, or
any
does I spelled
of
college wrong,
those
which
keys
kind of
within that,
influence
and then start putting
the
it in
output, but I
the
can,
time
I'm gonna redo it
place in
just
the
to show you
output
what it
text.
changes to. Because down below, I added a location because again, like we could do school at home and at college, and those factors also changed. So let me show you an example of all of them combined. So I would say at college, I need help with organization because I am homesick and don't sleep. So then here, I'll break it down a bit more, but so we're gonna start one by one. At college, the location is changed to college. Then moving on in the sentence, I need help with organization. That changes the domain to work as well as the intent to manage because you have to manage your organization skills and everything. Because I'm homesick, so now we know what the students are struggling with. They are homesick and they don't sleep, which is what they can improve on. Now I'll try another one. I'm gonna say at home, I need reassurance, because I am anxious and let's see what we could just do. Don't know how to de-stress or um, I am not de-stressing. So then again, at home, the location is changed to home, so we know where like the student is. I need reassurance. This changes the domain to mental as well as intent to motivate the student. Then it's saying the student is anxious, so that's where the stressor changes to anxious. So again, we know what the student's dealing with, and then they're not distressing, so that's what they can improve on. So let me just make sure I hit all the points there. Yeah, so basically what I just went over was how my chatbot works, how the domain, intent, and slot fillers all correlate with each other and how they work together and extract some information and put it into that extra line of code down below. Now, I'm just gonna go over, well, I already went over my mental. Yeah, so now I'm gonna just go over my slot filler because I believe that's the only um, code I have left to show you. So here, well, basically with all my code, starting with domain, I just went back and changed the variable names. So like, um, I forgot what the variable names were that we used before, but here I changed like word dictionary, word keyword, just so it all is cohesive with each other and nothing is like disorganized. And then again, I went back and changed like the keywords so they would match up with the intent of the my project. Same thing here, mental dictionary, mental keyword. I kept it all cohesive and under the same words so they can all like, God forbid, like I need to go back and change something, like I understand what I'm changing. With mental intent, again, I didn't change any variables right here. The only thing I really changed was the intent dictionary to again correlate with what was going on. Same with work, just changed the intent dictionaries. Now with slot filler, um, I pretty much changed again variables and the lists. So like stress list that correlates, or these keywords correlate with like stress. It's like workload, homesick, anxious, mental health, grades, classes, friends. And then in the output, it'll say stressors, and then it'll have one of those keywords that were in the input placed underneath. So like how I had before, anxious was a stressor. Then moving on, improve list. These are types of things students struggle with and that correlate to stressors that they can improve on. So then again, in the results in the output, it'll be under improvements, just how domain is, location is. So moving down to location, um, this section is where the home and college comes into play. And hopefully I'm spelling everything right. Oh, so it's actually perfect that it showed my error. Everything was spelled right except the improvements, which is the domain classifier, which classifies the domain. And in this case, I spelled it wrong. So the test bot is what it's doing. It's supposed to do, showing what it's supposed to doing. This message is out of the domains of the chat box because I spelled it wrong. So let's see if I just, I'm just gonna try copying and pasting this. And now spelling improvement right, which now, since I spelled the domain classifier correctly, it organizes everything correctly.